Shalom, saints. Shalom, elect. This video is a couple days overdue. Just coming to you guys with another message of the rapture. A lot of people are using these scriptures, this scripture, and I wanted to talk about it today. So this is Luke 17, and the scripture says, "And the day which he shall be," okay, let's start. Let's start there. "And that day he which shall be upon the housetop, and his stuff in the house, let him not come down to take it away. And he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back. Remember Lot's wife. Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it, and whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it." So what's happening here is it say, "He which shall be upon the housetop and his stuff in the house, let him not come down and take it away." So don't try to go in the house and hide. Basically, that's what that's saying. "And he that be in the field, let him likewise not return back." Don't try to go in the house to hide. Basically, is what it's saying. Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it, and whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it. So, and if you read the scriptures, it's talking about like a balcony. Everybody had a rooftop in the Old Testament. If you read, like if you type in rooftops in scriptures, you'll see that this is not the only scripture that says housetop or rooftop. They always is on the housetop. So it's not saying anything like you're going to be raptured off the top of your house right there. I say, "I tell you, in that night there shall be two men in one bed, then one shall be taken and the other shall be left. Two women shall be grinding together, the one shall be taken and the other left. Two men shall be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left." And they answered and said unto him. Now, before we read verse 37, a lot of people assume that because it say taken, that you're going to be going to heaven or going in the rapture. Taken is not a good context. "And the other shall be left." The scripture tells us those who are left behind are more blessed than those who are dead. We're going to get that scripture. So these people that are getting taken, these people are dying. As I explained to you guys in the rapture, I'm going to prove that. So it say, "And they answered and said unto him, Where, Lord? And he said unto them, Wheresoever the body is, thither where the eagles be gathered." He talking about dead bodies. Wheresoever the dead body is, there where the eagles be gathered. When you look up this in the concordance, and we're going to get to the concordance and all that, we're going to pull up the words and we're going to get to the bottom of this. The word for body is dead bodies. Now it's saying, "They answered and said unto him, Where, Lord? Where will they be taken? Where will they be taken?" Read this in context, y'all. "And he said unto them, Wheresoever the body is, thither where the eagles be." There, wheresoever the dead bodies is. Let's go to Job 39. Because the precept for the verse is Job 39. Let's see what he said. Say, "He saith among the trumpets, Ha, 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 and he smelleth the battle afar off, the thunder, the captains, and the shouting. Doeth the hawk fly by wisdom and stretch her wings toward the south? Doeth the eagle mount up at thy command and make her nest on high?" Now, if you've read about Edom, then you know that it talked about him making a nest on high. And I'll try to find that scripture. So, "She dwelleth and abideth on the rock, upon the crag of the rock and the strong place. From thence she seeketh the prey, and her eyes behold afar off. Her young ones also suck up blood, and where the slain are, there is she." It's saying the same thing in Job. Those people who are taken they die. So let's get into the concordance, because I'm going to show y'all something. So Luke 17. And I'm going to try to make this video quick as possible and try to explain it the best I can. So it say those that shall be taken. Let's look at taken. Oh, wrong word. Sorry, y'all. 1 second. Okay. Taken. Let's look at, we're going to look at all these words. So let's say taken, to receive near, associate with oneself in a family or intimacy or relative, by analogy, to assume an office, figuratively, to learn. This is the Greek word, and you guys got to understand that this is not the definition that's being used. You got to look at the Hebrew. So it give you a Hebrew, the Hebrew, which is the more exact, the more exact word, and we're going to read them all. Primitive root, to occupy by driving out precious previous tenants and possessing in their place. By implication, to seize, to rob, to inherit, also to expel, to impoverish, to ruin, cast out, consume, destroy, disinherit, dispose, driving out, enjoy, expel, without fail, give to, leave for, inherit, be, make poor, come to poverty, give to, make, possess. Hold on, let me see. Let me make sure. I got to remember what word I'm looking at so I can keep in mind. Taken. Okay. Those that should be taken. Okay. So this is taken. Okay. Without fail, leave for inheritance, magistrate, be, make poor, come to poverty, give to, make, possess, get, have, and take possession, seize upon, succeed utterly. To seize, disposes, take possession of, inherit, disinherit, occupy, impoverish, be in heir. So you can see that this has a lot of different meanings: to take possession of, to inherit, to impoverish, come to poverty, be poor. But the main one we want to look up, we want to keep in mind the fall: to be disposed, be impoverished, come to poverty. To devour, to cause to possess and or inherit, to cause others to possess or inherit, to impoverish, to dispose, to destroy, bring to ruin, disinherit. So taken can mean to destroy, bring to ruin, disinherit. Right? Let's go to the next one. To say a primitive root, to take in the widest variety of applications: accept, bring by, carry away, drawn, fetch, get, enfold, many, mingle, place, receive, reserve, seize, send for, take away, use, when. To take, get, fetch, lay hold of, seize, receive, acquire, buy, bring, marry, to take wife, snatch away. And that's the one that people like, but they don't understand that that's not the context of this verse. To take in the hand, to take and carry along, to take from, take out, take, carry away, take away, to take to or for a person, procure, get, take possession of, select, choose, take in marriage, receive, accept. To take up or upon, put upon, to fetch, to take, lead, conduct, to take, capture, seize, to take, carry off, to take, nafal, to be captured, to be taken away, be removed, to be taken, brought unto, to be taken from or out, to be stolen from, to be taken captive, to be taken away, be removed, to be taken unto, be brought unto, be taken out of, be taken away, to take hold of oneself, to flash about of lightning. Now I'm telling y'all, we're gonna read all of these words to get a deeper understanding of the verse. Even though I just showed you guys just in that one, just with the precepts of that, it was talking about dead bodies, but we're going to get into it clearer. To drive forth a person, an animal, or chariot, lead, carry away, to proceed, impel or guide oneself. Also from panting induced by effort, to sigh, acquaint, bring away, carry away, drive away, lead away, forth, be guide, lead away, forth. To drive, lead, guide, conduct. To drive, lead on, drive away, drive off, to behave itself. To drive away, lead off, to lead on, guide, guide on, to cause to drive, moan, or lament. So the word does not always have a good context. As y'all can see, it can mean to destroy, bring to ruin, disinherit. And that's what it means, because in that context, because he tells us that these is dead bodies. Now, let's go back to Luke 17 real quick. I want to pull up Isaiah 28. Now, in this scripture, it say, Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast, for precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little. And that was a precept that I read you in Job, from Job. That was a precept for taking, for when he said where they'll be taken, he said, where, Lord? He said, wherever the dead bodies, wherever the bodies be, that's where the eagles will be. For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to this people, to whom he said, this is the rest wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest, and this is the refreshing. Yet they would not hear. And I've been using this verse in a lot of videos lately. So it say, but the word of the Lord was unto them, precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little. But they didn't listen. They're not listening, so that they might go and fall backward and be broken and snared and what? And taken. Because y'all believe something that's not in the scripture. You're being taken because you're not using your precepts. So you're not understanding exactly what's going on. And be taken. So let's let's go back to Luke 17. Let's look up bodies. Let's keep looking up this stuff. Okay, so it say wheresoever, and he said wheresoever the body is. Let's look up body. If my phone start working. Okay, let me try to refresh it and see if that'll work. Oh, see, my phone don't want to work right now while I'm in the middle of a video. Not cool. So not cool. Let's just look at the next one right quick. So Isaiah 28, but we really need to finish 17 for me to get my point across to you guys. Well, not my point, the point across. And whenever we can get the concordance working, then we can continue. All right, guys, let me put you on hold for 1 second. Okay, so my phone was acting weird, and I had to, I don't know, go to a different internet thing because that one was acting like it didn't want to pull up the word. So the body as a sound hole used in a very wide application, literally or figuratively, bodily, body, slave. The body both of man or animals, a dead body or corpse, the living body of animals, the bodies of plants and of stars, heavenly bodies is used of a large or small number of men closely united in one society or family, as it were, a social, ethical, mystical body. Now that's the Greek. Let's look at the Hebrew. Illumination or concrete luminary, lightning, happiness, bright, clear, day and night. Flesh of the body of humans, animals, body itself, male or generation. Kindred, blood relations, flesh as frail or erring, man against God, all living things, animals, mankind. So we don't have to read all of these, but the point that I'm about to make. So left, let's look at left, the word left. So it say to send intensive form, to send forth in a various application, cry, forgive, forsake, lay aside, leave alone, be, go, have, omit, put, send away, remit, suffer, year. To send away, to bid, going away, depart of a husband, divorcing his wife. And this is what they always like to say that this mean. But listen to all the meanings. To send forth, yield up, to expire, to let go, let alone, let be, to disregard, to leave not, to discuss now, of teachers, writers, and speakers, to omit, neglect, to let go, give up a debt, forgive, to remit. So it can mean to let go, give up a debt, forgive, to remit, to give up, keep no longer, to permit, allow, not to hinder, to give up a thing to a person, to leave, go away, in order to go to another place, to depart from anyone, to depart from one and leave him to himself, so that all mutual claims are abandoned, to desert wrongfully, to go away leaving something behind, to leave one by not taking him as a companion, to leave on dying, leave behind one, to leave so that what is left may remain, leave remaining. So this is the main thing that I want y'all to understand. To leave so that what is left may remain, leave remaining. So when it say we're going to be left, it means left remaining. You want to know why I say that? Because let's go to what Paul said. Those of us, oh, now the bodies wanted to come up over here. Ain't that something? Now it want to work. Okay, hold on. I don't know what's going on over here. Okay, where is it? 1 Thessalonians 4. That's Isaiah 28. Luke 17. 1 Thessalonians 4. So Paul said, so it said to remain, to leave, to remain. Paul said, those of us who are alive and remain. So those who are left are going to be alive and remaining, and those who are taken are going to be dead. It's not, I keep explaining to you guys, the rapture is when you die. The wheat reaping, the reaper only comes when you die with a sickle. That is the reaper, and it comes when you die. So Paul said, those of us who are alive and remain. See how I don't want to pull up the concordance over there on that side? Let me pull it up over here. 1 Thessalonians 4:17 in concordance. So Paul said, those of us who are alive and remain, to leave over, to remain over, to survive. So us who are remaining, the left, those who are left, those who are left behind. Know this, therefore, that they which are left behind are more blessed than they that be dead. The taken are the people who die. Everybody else will remain alive until the second coming. Those who remain alive and endure to the end. You don't want to go in the rapture. You don't want to be taken. It's not a good thing, like how people is trying to make you think. Let's go back to Luke 17. So left meant, let's go back. Left means to leave so that what is left may remain. Leave, remaining. So just because the Greek definition pop up, y'all need to keep keep the definitions in context. That scripture is not talking about being taken to heaven. It's talking about being taken, oh, being taken in, not in a good way. So it say, and they answered and said unto him, Where, Lord? And he said unto them, Wheresoever the body is, thither will the eagles be gathered together. And when I looked this up in the concordance, the dead body came up. I don't know why it's not coming up on here, because it's given all the definitions generally. And of course, it's going to give you the Greek definition first, because our Bible was translated from Greek, but the Greek was translated from Hebrew. You should always look at the Hebrew translation. Yeah, the Greek is okay, but sometimes when they translated it, they made mistakes. So it's always better to look at the Hebrew. So say left means those who remain, and Paul said those who remain alive. Those who are alive and remain, the second coming. So I know this video was kind of not organized, plus we couldn't get the concordance up, but I hope y'all understand what I'm saying when I'm telling you guys this. I'm trying to think if I missed anything, because I had a lot of pages up, everything all ready to go, but as y'all can see, it stopped working on me because the devil don't want me to give y'all the message. He want people to be unprepared and, thinking about a rapture, so they don't be prepared. So it say, yeah, so you don't want to be, so that they might go and fall backward and be broken and snared and taken. So this is and it say, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. Verse 15. So I'm telling you guys that when it says taken, it's not a good thing. Those who are left behind are more blessed than those who are dead. Those will be left, and Paul said, and that means to remain, and Paul said those who are alive and remain, the second coming. Scriptures tell us those who endure to the end will receive a crown. I'm going to leave this video at that. I hope y'all can understand me. Shalom till we meet again.